Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to the 13th Annual General Meeting of Intellect Design Arena Limited for FY 2023-24 conducted through video conferencing facility. For the smooth conduct of the meeting, the members will be in the mute mode and audio and video will be enabled when they are called upon to speak at the AGM as per the pre-registration. Please note, as per the requirements, the proceedings of the annual general meeting will be recorded and will be available on the website of the company. I now hand over the proceedings to Mr. Arun Jain, Chairman and Managing Director of the company. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. I welcome the shareholder of the company for the third annual general meeting. This is conducted using video conference in a mode compliance to circular dated April 8, 2020 of the SEBI MCA circular dated September 25, 2023, SEBI circular dated October 2023. 41 members are present. As per the requisite quorum is present, I declare that the meeting is in order. At this point of time, most of you know about the company, but we would like to see what we are doing in this current year and how the last year 23-24 panned out for the organization. So as you know, we are the world only next generation open finance platform organization. We embarked on a large journey of putting the mystery of the banking to translate into open finance where people can consume piece by piece. It gets translated into multiple perspective. It translates into how do we accelerate the digital transformation and value creation for our customers. We use design thinking to arrive at and understand the customer better and their business impact higher. We provide comprehensive solution for financial institutions, and more 270 plus customers trust us for our technology. The entire business, which is spread across more than 24 countries and 57 countries, is led by the passionate board of directors and leadership team. Let me take the opportunity of thanking the board members as well as leadership team for the contribution they made during 23-24. First, let me introduce our board of directors. Vijaya Sampath, she is independent director on the board, and she is a member of audit committee. She is a member of NRCC. She is a member of compensation committee. Abhay Anand Gupte is the chairman of nomination, remuneration and compensation committee. He is the chairman of stakeholder relationship committee. He is a member of audit committee and CSR committee. Amrish Pandey Jain, independent director, is member of NRCC and member of audit committee. Andrew England, a risk committee member, was chairman of the risk committee and contributing in a lot of strategic conversation. Anil Kumar Verma, full-time director, is chairman of CSR committee, member of audit committee and stakeholder relationship committee member. Arun Shekhar Aaron, independent director, member of NRCC, stakeholder committee and risk committee, and he was chairman of audit committee. I am representing as a NRCC member and risk committee member and CSR committee member. On governance agenda, we have these 5 committees: audit committee, which is led by Arun Shekhar Aaron, NRCC, Abhay Anand Gupte, stakeholder relationship committee, and then corporate social responsibility and risk management committee. So this is a kind of a constitution. So each of the committee has met number of times during the year. There are 5 board meetings happen during the year. All meetings are attended by all the members of the board. Significant amount of time has been spent in business planning meeting, which is spread over 2 days on designing the agenda of the company for the next year. Let me introduce the management team of Intellect. Manish Makar, who leads our global transaction banking business. Rajesh Saxena, he leads global consumer banking business. Manish Prabhu, he leads Intellect AI. Devanjan Kumar, he leads digital technology for commerce, which is a new entry in the business landscape. S.V. Ramanan, he leads India and South Asia. Vasudha, Chief Financial Officer. Govind Saxena, Chief Customer Officer. Upali Srinivasan, Chief Operating Officer, GTB. Sudha Gopalakrishnan, Chief Assurance and Governance Officer. Padmani Shat Kumar, Chief Talent Officer. Krishna Rajaram, Chief Technology Officer. Debal the Chief Marketing Officer. Karan Ramaswamy, Chief Partner Officer. Naresh, Company Secretary and Compliance Officer. So that constitutes the team. At this point in time, I would like to invite Vasudha to update on Investor Connect in FY24.
Thank you, sir. The total number of shares as of 31st March 2024 were 13.67 crores. I would like to give you a summary of the investor portfolio, and this is held by more than 1 lakh shareholders, and out of which 31% were held by resident individuals, 30% by the company promoters, and 27.85% by the foreign portfolio investor. So I would like to bring to your attention that this percentage had increased from 22% in the previous year to 28% in the current year. During the year, we had met about 142 investors, both virtually and physically, through conferences held by the brokers, in-person meetings, and through video. And out of them, 37 were FBIs, 16 belong to mutual funds, and 40 belong to PMS. So these meetings gives us a perspective of the market and also helps us to highlight the performance and prowess to them. Auditors. Our auditors, EY was with us for the last 10 years, and they are moving out on rotation after 23-24. I would like to thank Srini, the partner and the team who's seated here, and a lot of memories of the discussions and learnings that we had. And thanks for the expert guidance and insights that we had on many occasions. Thank you, Srini and the team. The incoming auditor is BDO Consulting. They operate across the globe in 166 countries. Geeta Jaykumar is the partner who will be leading the engagement. And thank you, Geeta. And she's also on the video, I believe, on this. Okay, now I would like to take you through the financial performance, key financial metrics for the year 23-24. We have achieved a revenue of 2,513 crores during the year, and which includes 445 crores from license, 448 crores from AMC, and 455 crores from platform revenue. If we exclude the business revenue from the GEM business, our year-on-year growth will be 14% over the previous year. And talking about the margins, our gross margins stand at 56%. We have made an EBITDA of 549 crores, which represents 22% of the revenue. Our growth from the previous year is also 22%, and excluding GEM, it is 27%. Talking about liquidity, we have collected more than 2,300 crores during the year, and our cash position as of 31st March 24 is 776 crores. Our DSO without considering contractually not due cases stand at 122 as of 31st March 24. Talking about wins and go lives, we have won 52 deals during the year and have gone live on 54 digital transformation projects. So I would like to bring again your kind attention to our sustainable growth journey, which we represent by the 3-year compounded annual growth rate on LTM matrices. By LTM, I mean last 12 months. Our LTM revenue grew by 19% on a 3-year CAGR basis. Our LTM LLR grew by 19% on a 3-year CAGR basis. Our LTM EBITDA again grew by 15% and our LTM PBT by 17%. So I'm happy to talk about these long-term growth trends because this showcases our consistent performance and a predictable growth. Thank you. So I'll hand it over to Arun to talk about the global events, launches, and awards to develop our marketing head. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. We took the brand globally, not only in India, but we took the brand to the other markets. I think what really stood out last year was not only the launch of eMACH.ai, which is the first principle thinking to simplify the world of product-centric ecosystem of financial institutions. But what was also important, that what's quite momentous, was that 350 global experts from Intellect across 31 countries gathered together in the Chennai campus of your organization, and we had only one purpose: to take the story of eMACH.ai to the world, and we did. We had the BankTech Wave 5 event in Mumbai, we had roadshows in Dubai, Paris, London, and we had and also Dhaka. So this is the first steps that we've taken as eMACH as the thing. We also showcased ourselves in global industry and obviously in thought leadership platforms. But from a global industry perspective, we were there in Cybos, Money 2020, and SSON, and various other forums. I think what's really important is one of your most respected global platforms, which is our own, which is the IGTB Oxford School for Transaction Banking, that also showcased what the brand was and what the brand could achieve. I think I'll take a few seconds to just talk about how important analyst awards are for us. Analyst awards peg us in front in terms of competition, helps us give us a whole lot of understanding of how the market is turning, and also it gives us confidence from an investor perspective, that's you and whole other investors, to talk about how our products stack up in the global market. And in IBS, we were number one in the IBS global rankings, whether it is core banking, whether it's transaction banking, or in terms of retail lending technology. We've been around from the 6th year. In transaction banking, it was the 5th year, and in retail lending, 3rd consecutive year of winning a very prestigious analyst award. This is a set of other analyst awards, whether it's IBS that I just talked about, IDC, Datos, Silent, Gartner, you name it, and we've been there out in the market, recognized as a very, very large, influential financial technology product company. And the recognition obviously gave us a lot of clients also. More than 60% of the world's top banks partner with Intellect. Whether in North America, 6 out of 10, in Europe, 9 out of 10, in the Middle East, 10 out of 15 Indian banks, 13 of the 15 bank on Intellect, and in South Asia, 7 of the 10 largest banks work with Intellect and have some part of Intellect within them.
Yeah. So at this point of time, let me just look at it, how companies position for next few years. As Vasudha has highlighted, we have sustained 19% growth on CAGR basis over the last 3 years, and that has to continue in sustained way. For that, eMACH.ai, as Debal has highlighted, as a brand which we are taking to the market, which is based on first principle thinking. Let me just explain you as an investor what emac.ai stands for. emac.ai stands for 6 alphabet, and each alphabet depicts a principle of what will change in marketplace to drive 30% save on total cost of ownership of technology. This 30% cost save can only be possible if we apply first principle thinking. And this first principle thinking starts from why part of it. So you might have heard the Simon Sinek first question why and then what and then how. So let me explain you why we exist as a company and why we are contributing and confident about drafting the change in the or disrupting the financial technology industry. So E stand for event. Why bank exists? Bank exists because financial event happens in the life of the customer, like you and me as the individual customer, or a corporate like Intellect or any other corporate. They have to do certain tasks or event happen in a financial market. So these events are serviced by banks when they provide services for servicing this event, and they charge some fees or some money for servicing those events. When we package those events in technology, it's called microservice. So second alphabet, M stands for microservices. Now this service cannot be provided alone, and it needs to be connected to other services, and that's what we call in technical jargon API. And this has to sit on a common infrastructure on which everything can be provided, even microservices API, same as the way you access Netflix at your home or Prime Video at home or YouTube at home. Same way we access financial services using the similar amount of cloud. That about the 4 alphabet. And 5th alphabet is the each service we would like going forward to be unique to the customer segment and unique to the customer. It has to be personalized service. That's what we visualize the digital transformation of tomorrow. The way you have a Netflix experience which is unique to yourself, the banking experience has to be unique to yourself, and that is what we are calling our services, our technology is headless, so that experience which is provided by the bank to you can be personalized to your expectation, and that's what the 5th alphabet comes. So E, I repeat again, E, MAC means E stand for event, M microservice, A, API, C, cloud, and H, headless. And then with a humongous change happening in AI, it's adding intelligence to the service. It's adding intelligence to protecting your investments, protecting the banks, or providing the faster service, giving an accelerated experience, and making the bank to make a better decision, so to reduce their NPAs and risk management. So that's what the AI stands for. So emac.ai, which Deval highlighted, is a critical thing which we mastered over the last 10 years. Today we have zip-coded knowledge of the banking, which was described that we have broken down the banking into just 329 microservices, 1,700 APIs, 500 events. This distillation to 329 microservice is first time happened in the world of financial technology. That financial technology world has been broken down into each microservice, and each microservice has been our research and engineering team, which is one of the largest research and engineering team. Over 1,100 engineers are working in our research team. They have done phenomenal work year on year to make it composable technology. Composable means the way we do look lot of work which we do in a composability. These services which is there, Turmeric is a platform which helps in composability, and Purple Fabric is a platform which makes it contextual. So this is the core value of the company. And this core value get translated into the way we can compose. Again, we apply first principle technology over here to simplify composition. It's like when we play the music, there are 7 notes are there. When we compose, there are 6 elements which need to be composed together, starting from data design, how each data element of the application has to be well designed, how it is process design, how we have policies and rules design, event design, API design, and experience design. So there are 6 nodes which drive entire composition of writing. It's a changing the landscape of what used to happen when we used to write a code, millions and millions lines of code, to just composition. The productivity of the team expected to be increased by over 40% improvement in our productivity because of we are eliminating for new generation technology, we will be eliminating coding. And that's a big promise to the industry where we are generating a codeless platform called Turmeric. Your company technology team's research team has built phenomenally beautiful platform of AI. All of you must be hearing AI is in the top end of the quadrant. Last 18 months, AI has become the buzzword, whether it's a media, whether it's a politics, whether it's a social, so any space you talk about AI is determining the future of tomorrow. In the last 3 months, I would have met more than 70 customers, many partners, traveled across 10 countries, and understanding the impact of AI, impact of codeless in the industry. We have built up Purple Fabric, which is bringing all the technologies to make it enterprise usable technology. This platform, Purple Fabric platform, which is now under piloting phase with many customers, and we are evangelizing this platform with our partners, is going to be launched on our foundation day, 24th of July. We'll be launching this platform for the world to use it. This is intercepting a lot of AI elements from document management system, document information management systems. The way we used to have DBMS in 1980s, there was a concept called DBMS came in. Now there is a concept of DIMS is required because banks still hold 70% of the documents and we need the intelligence of that. Once that 70% document intelligence, once it comes to the business area, the business impact of the knowledge can be significantly large, and Purple Fabric has 2 pieces. First is DIMS piece and second piece is it has the ability to design what we are seeing. You must be seeing a lot of videos around the robots or somebody talking to you like Sarah, James or Steve. This is called expert agent in our vocabulary. It has the ability where a normal person can design, a normal business analyst, a normal business manager can design expert agent. We are bringing that technology. We are not only bringing one agent technology, we are bringing how they can interact with each other. Expert agent network technology we are bringing over here. So this is a phenomenal breakthrough. Intellect research team has able to bring it together. And then they created a very simplified into a 9 value propositions, how you can solve the problem of AI triple constraint of your cost, how will it be used, whether secure or not secure, how ML ops can be there, how governance will be there, how everything can be done by the API, how it could be model agnostic or advanced RAG or enhanced explainability. We solve the last mile problem of how it can be used and embedded into the application, and with a proper security shield. And that too also, we have created like a when you make a movie, you have a studios. We may have made 6 studios through which all these things can be leveraged by the enterprise. So this is the enterprise AI platform, Purple Fabric. For next 3 to 5 years, this will be embedded in all our applications. So it's a independent platform as well as embedded platform in our application of eMAG.ai. Using Turmeric and Purple Fabric, we'll be leveraging into 3 things. First thing is transform enterprise. So this is about transformation enterprise. Second is transform experience. Third is transform operations. And fourth is expand capabilities. So we will be contributing to each bank, a large financial institution, bank or insurance company, will be using in 4 different ways of impacting them. They have a legacy application. We have seen a lot of Americas, Canada, Europe, UK. We are finding still COBOL applications are existing. So when I was traveling, there is an application which is running 1975 application and still running 50 years are there. So they celebrate golden jubilee of the application. So it's a beautiful thing in western part of the world which they celebrate golden jubilee of technology. And that's a big opportunity for us. This golden jubilee has to be, some point of time has to be celebrated in a different fashion of modern technology, and they have to transform. And that opportunity canvas is huge for next 10 years. Still, they are taking initial decision of moving out. It's not the final decisions. Still, they are protecting the technology in the center and saying, just let's keep it working on IBM mainframe. Z series is there and it works. And that opportunity to me is a hundreds of billions of dollar opportunities there in the world for that to get away. Some point of time, this big dinosaur mainframes has to give way to the cloud technology. And that's where the biggest opportunity is there, which we call transform enterprise. This transform enterprise will be the core banking, will be the lending, will be the cards, will be in the custody, in wealth, in treasury, in liquidity, in transaction banking, corporate banking, payments, trade finance, corporate procurement portal. So it's good. It will be there in all these areas. It requires to do the transformation. And this opportunity, these contracts runs in millions of dollars, where each type of contract. So fortunately, your company has the best of all this canvas on a same eMAG.ai technology. So our competitive landscape, as of now, we have an individual competition in like a core banking technology. We have Thought Machine and Temenos are the 2 key competition. In lending space, we have Encino as a competition. In wealth space, we may have a Avaloq as a competition. But you imagine that there is a company which has all the products versus individual player, and that's a critical element of transformation enterprise. Second space on the left bottom corner is transform experience. We are looking at how do you transform the retail person, a consumer, in how do you bring all the experience into one single app and can be personalized by just configuration, no coding requirement. And that's where the digital engagement platform is coming into picture. Or for a large complex payment transactions, which is like you need to look at it, a 50,000 payroll has to be processed, bulk file has to be processed, and it has to be processed at a speed of seconds. How you use a technology is what used by Netflix to push the data in a speed at which but the difference in Netflix and us is that we can't make a single error. All the 50,000 transaction is a payment transaction, and somebody's money is going from debit to credit. So we have to bring that accuracy in the transaction, and that's where the transform experiences come into picture. Third space is transform operations, where we are using Purple Fabric to drive significant impact in a operations area. So bank operations costs are in a space of how you onboard the customer, how you originate the loan, how do you do the credit origination, how you look at it to investigate some of the complaints what is there, customer service which is there, all the risk areas. So how do we look at it? We can reduce 20 to 30% reduction in a operations area of the bank. So if they are not ready for transform enterprise, at least they will be ready for transforming operations. And then we will expand the capabilities of the areas which they can add, like virtual accounts can be added for zero reconciliation systems. So we spotted those areas where the bank impact can be larger. So moving from organizing the thinking space to expanding the performance space of the bank to impacting the business outcome. These are the small areas which we identified, which can be of a significant impact nature, where we can look at it in the space of, let's say, accounts payable, corporate procurement, what they want to do, or in similar space, we are looking at a government procurement systems or the financial systems, or where underwriting insurance is there, we can build over there. These are the areas in which we can help the banks to transform. Each of the space, each of the deal, when we are signing it up, is multi-million-dollar deal year on year. They have it takes longer cycle time because each of the transformation deals, our sales effort are huge. It may take between 18 months to 36 months to do the pre-sale effort. So a lot of cost which is attached today in our books, what you see is about making eMAG.ai popular. Our efforts which goes in today, we may be operating at 22% EBITDA margin. This EBITDA margin can go up to 40% once all the business comes into place, like Oracle Financials as a company, you see their margins are close to 40%. So this margin of 22% can go to 40%, but during the phase of selling process, we have to incur additional 10% to 15% additional cost in promoting these products and building the pipeline over there. So as an investor who has invested in the company since there are a lot of investors in our company which are since Polaris days, from 99, they are completing their almost 20 silver jubilee with us, who are the shareholder with us. So for next 10 years, this business is going to be the most interesting business for you to look at it. These are in transform operations, I talked about it. These are the transform experience which I talked about it, eMAG.ai, digital engagement platform, and contextual banking experience, which is CBX. These are the expand capability in terms of how do you do the origination, how do you do the virtual accounts, how do you do the submission better, how you look at the payment accounts payable, where AI can read the invoices. So these are the opportunities what we see, and fortunately the investment what your company has made in AI since 2017, 8 years back, and composable technology starting 2018, both of the tech are in the right direction. We hit upon where what we anticipated the industry, what we visualized the industry in 2018 or 2019, we find it took 5 years. We would have expected that this should have come at least in 2022. It got delayed by another 2 years. In 2024, codeless and AI are the buzzword, and fortunately we have worked on both of them. We worked on it in last few years. Not few years, I think it's 7 years and huge amount of investment, and we have to make investment for AI. We set up our team in New York and UK for building those technology, because in 2017 we hardly have any skills and the talent available in India for embarking on the journey of AI. That time, a lot of questions investors used to ask whether AI is real or AI is just a area where you are investing because of hobby. So today it's come out, it's all real. On one side, when we are doing the business side, there is a equally important thing is how we are creating and building a sustainable environment around us. In global sustainability, we embark on the journey of sustainability. Last year, the first report was printed last year. This year, we had a second edition of Intellect Sustainability Report. One of the important celebration we should do for the Intellect team at where we are sitting from next level. It's a campus which is a zero diffusion from so this entire water, entire waste is, there's no single waste generated out of this campus. And that came from the certification of sustainability under GRI in accordance. We look at it for sustainability, young minds are important. How do we build the dreams for the young minds for next 50 years? Because the young minds which are in school, which is in 9th standard, if we build the dream with them, they will be sustaining the environment and they'll be sustaining the companies like us or technologies like us in coming years and who last us where I must thank every employee of the company who participate in who last trust initiative. When he mentored a child who is the age of 13, I think he is seeding a sustainable talent for the country. And same thing when we go to third leg of it, Mission Samriddhi for holistic rural development. When we take this same agenda from urban area to rural area, where still we find when we go or when I personally go there and we work with Mission Samriddhi project in more than 10 states, 100 clusters, so we work with close to 2 million people across 10 states. I find that on one side they have access to mobile phone, they are able to have access to the information much faster, but the opportunity which is there to change their lives are phenomenally large. And by simple preparing their mind, designing their mind, and going structured development process, saying personal development to social development to economic development to ecological development and institutional development, the 5 blocks of development, if we structured it. So at the Intellect, we applied design thinking, which we applied for emag.ai for sustainable environment and social development of using the same process. We say D1 to D5 from personal development to social development to economic development to ecological development and institutional development. And each one has been broken down to social development means education D21, health D22. And then we are going into best practices in each area. So we now have a repository of more than 200 best case studies in each area. And we have the ability to apply the best practice in agriculture. If somebody says agriculture of wheat in Maharashtra versus wheat in UP, what is the difference? At least we know what is who is the best consultant in the world, which is the best NGO in the world to connect to. So the application of the same design thinking principle, once we apply it into Mission Samriddhi, is quite satisfying for us. We report on 12 out of 17 SDGs as an organization. These are the few ESG highlights what we are doing: green vegetation, energy conservation, green energy, water conservation, waste management. There are various kind of certifications have been there on environmental management system of 14,001, ISO 27,000 on certification of information security management. These are the overall certifications: occupational health, information security, and cloud privacy. So these are the 8 certification which is done at an organization level to ensure the business is sustainable So it's not only the environment is sustainable, business is sustainable and has a potential to grow year on year on sustainable basis. So the challenge for us is how do you convert Intellect into a company to an institution, and that's what we are driving in coming years. Thank you very much for listening to the dialogue what we have today. And at this point of time, I would like to leave to my company secretary Naresh for completing the statutory agenda for today's meeting before we come to question and answer afterwards.
But we wish to draw the attention of the members that the requisite statutory registers and financial statements of the subsidiaries are available for electronic inspection by the members. The same can be viewed at the company's website www.intellectdesign.com or at the NSDL portal. The company has provided e-voting facility to its members to exercise their right, in fact, to vote on the resolutions for the businesses set forth in the 13th AGM notice through electronic means. The remote e-voting period commenced on Sunday, the 23rd of June at 9 a.m. and ended on Tuesday, the 25th of June at 5 p.m. Shareholders whose name appeared on the register of members as of 19th of June 2024 is entitled to electronically vote on the resolutions mentioned in the notice. In accordance with the circular of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, those members who have already exercised their vote through remote e-voting offered by NSDL platform will not be entitled to vote at the AGM again. I now request the members participating in the AGM through video conference mode and who have not voted earlier through remote e-voting to cast their vote through e-voting during the AGM. Please note that the members can post their questions by clicking the chat option and the panelists will be providing their answers at the end of the meeting. The members are requested to limit the questions to the extent possible due to paucity of time. As the auditor's report is an unqualified report, in fact, I would take that the notice and the independent auditor's report dated May 9th as read. Dear shareholders, as you are all aware, the 13th AGM of your company is being held through VCOAVM mode pursuant to the circular issued by MCA. Members who have already registered for speaker prior to the commencement of AGM is allowed on a first-in, first-out basis. Appointment of proxy is dispensed with for this meeting and the register for proxy is not available. Members can inspect register of directors, registers of KMP and the register of contracts and arrangements in which the directors are interested on the website of the company and on the NSDL portal. Notice convening the 13th annual general meeting of the company and a copy of the annual report for the financial year 23-24 have already been circulated to the eligible shareholders electronically and also to the shareholders who have made a request for physical copy. The company has the prerogative to limit the number of members as speaker at that meeting depending upon the time limit. The company has also provided the facility to cast the votes on the resolutions posted in the said notice through the electronic voting platform offered by the NSDL. Members who have already cast their votes through remote e-voting is not entitled to vote at the AGM. Voting period starts from the chairman's declaration till the end of the meeting, after which the facility will be disabled. The voting results along with the scrutinizer's report will be disseminated to the stock exchanges within 2 working days from the closure of the AGM. Members can also view the webcast and transcript of the proceedings and will be uploaded on the website of the company after the end of the meeting. In case any member has any issue to cast their vote, they can reach out with the helpline number mentioned in the notice of the AGM. I now hand it over to the chairman, Sri Arun Jain.
So at this point in time, we can open the questions, moderator.